from my break. We got something to eat and got a drink and just sort of wiped all of the froglock village remnants off my shoulders. And I thought I would go ahead over to Willow Wood, go to the guild house, and put that ancient froglock talisman, whatever it's called, into that house so that anyone can have access in there to it if they want it. Oh, look at that. Wibbleduff has leveled up. Very nice. I ought to have gone and found that that overlay. For the chat, and I failed to do that. I should have. Hopefully, I'll do that next time. Let's see here. I have a few things that I need to put into my house, but I want to put this ancient froglock talisman into the guild house. So. I gotta tell you, man, that tree branch was a real struggle. It's a real struggle to find. The funny part is I had even gone up on that wall and ran along it looking for something. Didn't see it when I did that, so it's just like, oh my gosh, man. What a mess, huh? I'm gonna stick it right here by the door. That should be fairly easy to see. Now, let me make sure I don't need anything else in here. I don't really need to do anything else while I'm in town. So I'm going to go ahead and use it so that you can see how this works. So, may Mars' blessed guidance be upon the bearer of this talisman, and we're going to examine the talisman. The back of the talisman depicts a miniature map of the Furet. Near the south sits an exaggerated stone and a mystical portal engraved above it. Well, apparently we can just put the talisman away. Well, that's an interesting turn of events. For some reason, I was thinking it would transport us to that pond, but yeah, I obviously was wrong about that too. Tell you what, my memory it's like a steel sieve, you know? Goes in and out without a lot of in between. Alright, well, anyway, onward. I think that unless Dwibbleduff needs a little bit of help with what he's doing, that I'm going to go to Thundering Steps and try to find that red striped ant or striped red ant for the desperately seeking ants person in Thundering Steps. That one starts with desperately seeking butterflies, and you know, you have to find a good number of those. I want to say I'm not going to say how many butterflies you end up needing to find, but a decent number of them, of different types, and turn them into her. And then you have to go over into Freeport in the outlying regions there and find some mobs, and that sort of works its way up. And I'm currently on the Thundering Steps, striped red ant. Step to that. She gives you bags along the way as your reward. They're not as amazing as they once were, if that makes sense. It's like collector's bags. They were pretty large when they were first implemented, but as bag size has gone up since then, they're not as impressive. Still, it's a quest, and I enjoy doing quests. So, speaking of, I have 3 slots available in my journal right now, which is not bad at all for me. I would like to finish that Return of the Light quest.
Hello.
If we can have a few people on the guild simultaneously who are up for doing something, I think it won't be a big deal to do. But I know that both I and Garagrim are on the step where we need to go into Maulic's Stronghold. And that's basically, you do that and then you go turn into Kennick's Silver Flame and deal with that fight. And that'll be the end of that Heritage Quest, which would be really nice. It's level 20 quest. I'm already up to level 29, so could definitely use getting that one out of my bags. I also still need to go over to Stronghold and catalog some of the features there, but perhaps I will remember to do that sometime when I'm adventuring there. We'll see. No responses from Global Duff, so I'm assuming he does not need any help. Oh, looks like Pekin has also logged in. So I'll check and see in a moment if he needs help with anything. Still hanging out at the comics and games store that my son owns. So there are, as is so often the case when I'm streaming, people coming in and out of the building. So it's providing a continual source of entertainment, but also probably noise for you guys.
Well met.
Looks like Global Duff is reminding Keen to check on his Dusty Blue Stone quest status. I think that's a great idea because you have to finish the Dusty Blue Stone before you can start storing Ghoulbane, which is a heritage quest. So you pick up the Dusty Blue Stone from Bida Sweeps in Nettleville Hovel. I like to try to do it when I'm pretty low level so that I can get that knocked out and not have to worry about it later when I'm ready for beginning that heritage quest. what I may do, since I'm kind of waiting to see what other people are doing, is, and I'm going to be looking for shinies anyway, for the Desperately Seeking Ants quest. I'm thinking I may go ahead and stick on some of that harvesting equipment and go harvest just random things over by the lion area, I think south of Bridge Keep. Maybe find some materials that people need. I know that we need a lot of palladium and some steel as well, so may as well get that done while I'm working on this Desperately Seeking Ants quest. Unless someone needs assistance with something else or just wants to go do stuff. I have enough room in my bags right now that I could harvest for a little while without any real impediments. Now there's a quest here in the Thundering Steps called like the Scouts Report or something like that, where you have to go and talk to various scouts around the place, and they are Outland Brigade reports. Okay, so the only ones I'm missing is the one over by the giants, and then the one who's been killed and is sort of spread out his report among the undead guys over there, the skeletons, around where he was supposed to be, so close to Barsoon, I believe. So I could do part of that, but I don't think that I want to right now. I think that I'm just going to do a little bit of harvesting and try to find that ant if all goes well. The odds are not good that I will succeed at that, but hey, you know what? You never know if you don't try. So I'm going to switch into my harvesting gear, set for the ash pick and the shovel, so that the length of time it takes me to do those chores is decreased by 0.5 seconds per harvest. Looks like Garagrim has logged in. This area is fairly safe to harvest in. I know that a lot of people like to go to the Griffin fields to do their harvesting in the Thundering Steps, but I'll alternate often between this area and that area, because over there you have a lot of griffins that would like to eat your face, and you have a lot of competition because a lot of people harvest there. It's an okay place to harvest. This area has lions, but the lions are easier to see because they're not in the air. So it has a lot of harvestables around. It has a lot of shinies that spawn, and it's not that bad on the aggro, I say, as the lioness approaches. There's one harvesting here, so I will let him have that area, and I'll come this way. I'm not harvesting anything specific because if you clear all of the nodes in an area, then they'll all respawn and you'll get a different selection of items to harvest the next time. So if you go somewhere and you see that it's all bushes, well, no problem, just harvest the bushes, and then you will get a random selection of harvestables to spawn in its place. If you cherry pick, then you're not going to get as many things, and so your variety will be less. And already I've been attacked. So what I get for speaking. Yeah, got a cure boilie piece. That's not bad. I don't really have any need for one, but again, someone in the guild may. So, no complaints from me. At some point, I need to go do some fishing at this tier so that I can get my fishing skill up. I like to try to keep my harvesting skills in a decent range. It doesn't have to be maxed out, but something reasonable. Hello. I'm going to move locations so that I can reflect these folks. You be right back.